Okay, you see the thumbnail? If you just wanted me to talk about this. Okay, you know what? I know it's been like 6.5 years late, so let's just get this out of the way so I don't need to worry about talking about it, or unless I'll do like a watch along and get drunk on it. Fuck. Think about it now, that would happen. Cats is directed by Tom Hooper. Yes, the same guy who brought us Danish Girl, Les Misérables, and even The King's Speech, which it won an Oscar for Best Picture. How sad is that? This is based on a stage musical based on the songs from memory and all the other songs by Andrew Lloyd Webber himself, and this is based on a poem by T.S. Eliot. So Cats, what is the plot of this movie? Well, if there is a plot, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It follows a group of cats called the Jellicles, as one of them, whoever be chosen, to go to the Heaviside Lair to be reborn as a new Jericho life. Yes, that is the plot. A very simple plot from the stage musical. Okay, let's get this out of the way. What's my history on the Cats musical? Now, I have seen the stage version, that was years ago. It was good. It's a good musical. I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but I can appreciate the existence. I can acknowledge it and say, you know what? It's not my favourite, but I can appreciate it. It's not my absolute favourite. It's not you get the idea. But as far as this one goes, when it comes to movie adaptation, oh boy. I'm just going to say this right now, guys. I remember back years ago when they announced the making of the film, I was kind of excited for it. I was kind of like, okay, let's see what they can do with it. Because I know there's been a cast movie before. Like, they meant to do one, like an animated one back in the 90s, but then the animation studio closed, so they had to put Cats on the shelf till whatever, they'll bring it back up. But it's not until Tom Hooper, who directed King's Speech, went on to direct a stage musical called Les Misérables, a film that I clearly liked. It's not my favourite movie, but I do appreciate the existence. But as far as that musical goes, and I heard he was going to direct the Cats musical, I remember going like, oh, that's a good choice, because he's done well Les Misérables. I'm very curious to see what he can bring to Cats. I was kind of hoping there would be something really exciting. Before the film released, there was trailers. And the moment that trailer dropped, my initial reaction was kind of like, I'm not going to lie, the moment I saw it, especially the CGI fart, it looks uncanny level, which we'll get to in a moment. And I was kind of like, I don't know that, because everyone making fun of it during the trailers and the marketing up to its release. And the time the film came out, it was received negatively towards all audiences and critics, and he considered it as one of the worst movies. And yep, I'm going to say it now, guys, Cats is one of the worst movies I ever saw back in 2019. And I watched it in the cinemas. Now I've revisited it again for my review. I've forgotten how bad it is. I've kind of forgotten how uncomfortable I'm watching it, because it's so uncomfortable. I don't know how to really explain it, because the way the Cats looked and how the actors portrayed them now, all great actors. I'll give them credit, from Judi Dench to Taylor Swift. You have Idris Elba, Francesca Hayward, who's a new upcoming actress, but sadly she's got wasted in that film. The list goes on. You have so many great actors and actresses. They're given really bad material, and especially they're wearing motion capture effect, which they're wearing motion capture suits to get the digital fur. It looks unconvincing, because I think it's pretty clear that Tom Hooper wants to get the visual effects right. He keeps pushing the visual effects people to get the visual effects right. And the moment I saw that, I remember going, is that the best you've got? Even on rewatches, I remember sitting there going, is that the best you've got? You could have gone a little bit further, or you could have done something at least. One of my good friends, Ollie, said this in the group chat we're in, which kind of said, you know, if I was one of the visual effects artists or visual effects supervisors, I would have questioned that design or questioned that choice, saying, why are we doing this? Why can't I do it that way? It looks better. And I agree, Ollie. If you're watching this, I agree with you. It looks unconvincing. Now, I'm not against CGI if it's done well convincingly. But unfortunately, the way they look, it looks awful. Even the background looks questionable. Even the environment, which, okay, for the film's credit, in its defense, production design is decent enough. I'll give it that. And the musical stuff is fine, I guess. So some of the songs they use, they always go right into a joke or something silly, stretch out too long, especially with two actors in the film, James Corden and Rebel Wilson. James Corden as Bustamins Jones, I think that's the character's name, the big fat cat. The humour they give them, especially when you saw in the trailer, like this.
Right, well, that's not going to work, is it? Okay? Look at you and look at me, and you know that I'm sensitive about my size, okay? And yet you embarrass me. That's what I say to you, okay? Now listen, you'll never get me up there on your own. So let's gather up a few more of the cats, and we'll try again, shall we?
Really? We're going that far with the jokes? And even Rebel Wilson as Jenny Anydots. Oh my God. Both these actors are given really bad material. Now, I don't mind humour if it's done well in this sentence, but the humour they put in there is so fucking terrible. It was so cringing. I did not laugh or giggle or chuckle. Just like this.
Stop milking it!
Jesus Christ.
Oh. No! Just... No! No! Fuck you! Sweet fucking Lord! The actors, like I said, the actors try their best, and even Francesca Hayward, who plays Victoria, who's the new cat, part of the Jellicle, who try to be fit into the group, unfortunately, they're all wasted. They give nothing to work with. Like I said, they try their best, they're given the material they're given, but it's just, the motion capture effect just looks unconvincing because how the cats looked. Compared to the stage version, if you look at the stage version in comparison, Cats is not my favourite, but at least I can give that away because at least you can tell it's just guys in suits wearing cat makeup, look like cats in there. The way they dance, the ballerina dance and all that jazz and singing. That's all I can give it for. But this one just looks, why do they look so bad? Now, if it was animated, if you go over humanoid cats in animated form, in the animation style of a cartoon, that would have been fine. That would have been like, okay, that would have been alright. Instead of making it look like cats, they look like freaking... And biggest insult of all, Taylor Swift is in the movie. Taylor Swift as one of the cats singing the Cavity song. Taylor Swift, I love you. You're a great singer. You know my favourite singer, but I'll say you're a really nice person. You deserve so much better than this. Why are you in this movie? I hope every actor, including Taylor Swift, get their paycheck. I'm really sorry you've been on for all this, but God, it was just... It's unbearable to sing. Okay, the actors do sing well, I guess, but there's just the way they give their performance, it's just really questionable. And you can tell some of the stuff, the choices they made, and they're writing the story. It's like the stage musical. They cut out certain stuff from the stage musical because due to runtime, I guess. But still, it proves to show the cat stuff into movie just doesn't work. Now, I do see potential. I'm not saying this film could not work. Maybe it could work if it has the right people behind it. Maybe have a good source of heart. Tom Hooper, who went Les Misérables, he has heart and passion for that, but why not this? Did he just sleepwalk this movie to say, okay, let's just do what I had to do? I get the tension was, but unfortunately it just felt forced. It felt unnatural. It just didn't feel like he's tried to put some effort to it. Oh my God. Even Andrew Lloyd Webber has came out quite recently. He actually came out and admitted that he hated the Cats film. And Andrew Lloyd Webber, if you're watching this, I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you. I appreciate your honesty. I'm glad you came out and said how you didn't like the film, which I'm glad. I'm so glad. I don't want to compare this, but compared to a certain musical based on Andrew Lloyd Webber's other musicals like The Phantom of the Opera. Now, I'm not saying The Phantom of the Opera is my favourite movie. It's not my favourite musical either. But the difference is, Phantom of the Opera at the very least, you know, it has people like Joel Schumacher at least understands how to make a good film. There is some heart to it. I'm not saying this movie's perfect. It's not a masterpiece. It's not Wicked level, but at least Phantom of the Opera, at the very least, there's people behind it do care about this stage musical. At least they try to do it right and justice. Even if it doesn't work, I can still appreciate for trying. And of course, you have Gerard Butler singing the music of the night. And I'm going to say this now, guys. I'd rather listen to Gerard Butler singing the music of the night 50 more times over fucking watching Cats 50 more times. And that's saying a lot. That's a fucking compliment. That's what I'm going to say. I will say this, the songs, like I said, are fine to listen to, but I think the only song that stands out and people know about Cats is Memory. A song that plays over the radio or hear it from musical theatres, or if you had the soundtrack of musical stuff and he has Memory, you'll probably hear you go, oh, that's Cats. Jesus fucking Lord. It is awful. To wrap up, I have nothing else to say. I'm baffled how this bad this movie is. I can't believe I've revisited it again to relive the fucking nightmare, the uncanny level of movies. This is the diarrhea, the constipation of movies. It's awful. It's cat shit. It is a disaster. It's catastrophe. It is fucking awful. This is one of not only the worst movie ever made, but the worst musical movie adaptation I ever seen. Avoid this movie. It's like the plague. Avoid this movie. If you've not seen it, don't even bother watching it. It's awful. Do not watch this movie. And to give my full rating of this film, I'm going to give Cats an F. Guys, I don't know what else to say. Do not watch this film. But unfortunately, have you seen this movie? Have you unfortunately seen it just like I did? Comment down below and tell me what you think, because I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Cats is awful. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this review, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, if you just come across it for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Of course, hit that icon bell to not miss out future videos just like this. See ya!